Hello everybody, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly message of the Divine Masculine for his beloved for the week of December 25th to the 31st. That's the last week of the year. I know I've been away and I've missed all of you. Thank you for all your well wishes and messaging me, even asking me if I was okay. I've explained my circumstances at length in the Twin Flame Weekly video, so I do hope that you do listen to it. Okay, anyway, here, as always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them. This is a new deck that I'm using. I find it very beautiful. Italian medieval art, and it traveled a long distance for it to get to me, and I was so happy when it finally arrived. Anyway, so as always, I've already shuffled the cards and prayed over them, and at the bottom of the deck, which would be the general energies of this reading, is the King of Pentacles. Now look, this King of Pentacles, he has mastered the things that he needs in order to manifest. Okay, he's depicted here as a king in the chess piece, but above an elephant, and an elephant is, you know, one of the strongest, majestic animals. He may be a bit slow, this king, but he's slow but sure. He gets the work done because the way he plans and executes things. There is a word in the vernacular in my own language that is, I'm trying to translate it in my head. It's when you do the work very finely, very intricately. You leave no stone unturned. The word in the vernacular in my language would be pulido, okay? Which means that with painstaking attention to detail. And our Divine Masculines are explaining right now why it has taken them so long. The next card we have here is the Ace of Cups. A very beautiful artwork here. You can see here that the Ace of Cups has a garnet in it, which is, or a ruby rather, and the color of the root chakra. So it appears that our Divine Masculines are ready to manifest the beginning of this new relationship. Or even if you have been in contact with your Divine Masculine, it's like a reset button. Falling in love all over again with each other, understanding each other more so that all the other issues of the past would seem trivial when it comes to the bigger picture. And there is an understanding now. So here, wanting to begin something romantic in 3D. And the next card we have here is the Wheel of Fortune, indicating that it is time for this to kick in, because he has painstakingly gone through the process, the journey. And what they're showing me right now, it's like, what do you call it? It's like getting diamonds from black ore, or gold from ore. And it has to, I don't know if I'm using the right metaphor here, but no, it's not the diamonds, but it's something that has to go through the fire. It's like making a sword, okay? In order to get the finest blade, the most crisp, the sharpest blade, whether it's a samurai sword, it has to be tempered by fire. And that's what the Divine Masculine has been going through. Now he's ready for this new start, because it's time now. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and this has to turn, okay? And the next, and you see here, there's the horn of plenty, cornucopia. Okay, and it's filled with gold, and gold is encircling all the symbols of the zodiac, and we have the 4 elements there, and this is actually the cross there that symbolizes the 4 corners of the earth. Okay, and in each quadrant you have several zodiac signs. Okay, and so the gold now, which is in the color of Christ consciousness, that is the momentum that's making this wheel turn. You can see that all this, there is an energy here from this horn spilling and overflowing, and it's like those windmills in Austria where they carry water. Okay, so, or in Holland, well, it would be a water mill, technically, if they carried water. But this is driving the momentum of this wheel to turn, okay? And then we have the 9 of Cups. And you can see here 3 people quite satisfied, sitting at the dinner table. It seems as though they have a very satisfied look on their face. All of them, even the entertainer here. And the 9 of Cups symbolizes this is another wish granted. And this appeared in the Twin Flame Weekly reading. So this is a very good sign, and also confirmation of that. Okay? See? Finally, wishes will be granted. And here we have the 10 of Cups. That's going to lead to ultimate happiness and completion. And you can see here the man and the woman. The 10 of Cups is depicted differently in all the decks. Sometimes there is a family, and this card also appeared in the Twin Flame Weekly reading. You see, that's the thing. I don't pick the cards, Spirit does. And when the same cards come up, it's like they're cut out of the same thread. It's because that is the answer for now. Okay? So here we have the 10 of Cups again. And the couple, they're, how do you say it? They're not totally side by side. They're like overlapping each other. And this is the convergence that brings about this satisfaction. Okay? The completion of this emotional cycle that the Wheel of Fortune will bring. So, beautiful energies coming from the Divine Masculine. Let's get on to his message. First card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles indicating bringing whatever thoughts that he have. And right now, for those Divine Masculines who are in the midst of their awakening, or who have already awakened, then his creative powers, okay, his powers of creation are guided by divine thought, divine inspiration. And here, this is bringing it down. Remember, when it comes to the Divine Masculine, and this has appeared in a lot of readings last year, well, this year, earlier this year, that his awakening will be harsh and swift. Okay, unlike most of the Divine Feminines, wherein there was a break-in period. But once, because the Divine Feminines had to lay the foundation, lay the basis. But now it's time. When we say that the wheel is turning, it's time now for the Divine Masculine to take their place. And this is what's happening. And now the Divine Masculine is saying that he is ready to bring that down. Whatever guidance that he's getting from above, from his intuition, from his higher self, he's ready to bring that down into manifested form, into physical form. Okay, the next card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. And here we see this man, he's rather rich. He has a very small scale here. Okay, and you can see him giving all these coins to those less fortunate. And so what this is saying is that he will be in a position, if he was in a situation where he could not give as much of himself as his higher self would have loved to, would have liked to. Now it is a time for give and take. Okay, especially because these beggars here, the mendicants, you can see they're undernourished. And in a relationship, it has to be nourished by both parties. Okay? Imagine a plant. If you keep watering it, but the plant just refuses to give off oxygen, then it doesn't work properly. The whole synergy of it doesn't work properly. And now for his divine counterpart, she has been doing her part. And that is not to say that the awakened and illumined divine masculines haven't been doing their part, okay? But this is a message of the divine masculines to their beloved. So this applies to the segment of the collective wherein they have taken for granted their divine counterpart as they were going through their lessons and being awakened, okay? The next card we have for the divine masculine is the Ace of Swords. We have two aces here, okay? So again, the theme of new beginnings, okay? Ace of Swords. And here we have the sword going through the crown, and there is an eagle there offering the higher perspective. And I will say later on what exactly the message is. But what this card is saying to his beloved is that to hold on to that truth that she can see from a higher viewpoint about who they are. Remember, that's why, because this is about to kick in. The wish is fulfilled, okay? The turning of the wheel, the coming together in happiness, okay? So he's telling her to hold on to that truth. Perhaps the truth is not yet visible here in 3D, or cannot be perceived the same way as others who still do not have access to that, to other dimensions, who don't have access to seeing things from the perspective of the soul. But the divine masculine is telling her to hold on to it, okay, and keep in balance. You can see here the black smoke and the white smoke. They are in equal proportions. So this is keeping in balance while holding on to the truth. And the next card we have is the Seven of Cups. And here, when the Seven of Cups appears, it usually indicates confusion. Here you can see this dragon eating a snake, the snake eating its dragon. So it's a cycle. I would call this an Ouroboros, except that there is a dragon here instead of a snake. Okay, and that would be the artist's viewpoint. Anyway, there are various cups here, different vessels, indicating various things. There's an ordinary wine barrel here. There is a skull, indicating rebirth, because there's victory in death. There is a tavern mug. There is the horn of plenty. There is a martini glass with snake, indicating poison. And then there is another cup there. It looks like a trophy cup, but there is a moon inside it, which is being very emotional. And here we have the crescent moon, and that's saying that this is just budding emotions, okay? And I'm not quite sure who this is, but anyway. And in the middle of the cup is an egg, It looks like a Russian egg, but really this is an Orphic egg, which is the birth of all things. So what this is saying is that while the Divine Feminine may be confronted with various choices on how to feel, how to react, you may call it temptation, you may call it other options that the Divine Feminine is considering, especially when it comes to this journey. This is saying that there is a cup here that would be in the best interests of the twin flame union to pick. And that's why the Divine Masculine is telling his beloved to hold strong. And you can see here when you overlap them, they make the infinity symbol. But that only happens if you pick this cup, not any of the others. If you're too obsessed with material things, abundance, making sure it's not balanced. But here, this egg in the middle, which represents the rebirth, the gestation, this is like the Hanged Man in the Twin Flame weekly reading, wherein the Hanged Man was in the cosmic womb. Like I said, we're still in the process of transition. And that's why Divine Masculine is telling her to hold on to her truth as this Orphic egg still gestates, and to pick, and he's hoping that she will pick the right choice for the both of them. Okay, and the last card we have here is the Tower card. And this is two messages involved. Okay, one is that this indecision, this temptation, the doubt, the trying to look at the, let's call it an experimental phase, because once you're on the twin flame path, you cannot unknow it. Okay, you can only turn your back on it, but only because you have free will. It really doesn't go away. Okay, so all these doubts, because whatever you choose, if you choose one of these, that's only going to repeat the cycle, because you've incarnated for a reason. Okay, and even if at some point in time you turn your back on it, it will still bring you to the other half of your soul. And so, Divine Masculine, because now, look at this, he's a very determined king right now, ready to bring in this. He's saying, I'm ready, so, stop your dilly-dallying, stop your, well, no, not really stop, he's not commanding, but he's hoping that the Divine Feminine gets rid of all this doubt. Because this beginning is already secure. You can see so many concentric circles here. It reminds me of the age of the tree, which, would really pertain to the lifetimes that you've spent together. So this has to go. That's what he's saying on the one hand. On the other hand, he's saying that the reason also that he's telling you to hold on and to get rid of all this, and hopefully pick the best one, because that's coming in. This turn of the wheel is coming in fast. Okay? And because you're not looking, maybe you're not, you already feel dejected, or you feel that you're not getting anywhere. Perhaps you've chosen to ignore it. But the Wheel of Fortune is turning right now, and it's coming in fast to bring in the answer to your prayers, to your wishes, to the things that you want to create for you, both you and your twin, especially in the coming year. Which also reminds me, oh, where's that other card? Here. Which also reminds me, when I arrived, I just met up with my cousin, who is also a twin. She's very psychic, although she's more of an artist. That's how she shares her light to others. And out of the blue, she was telling me that this year is going to be good in the sense of partnership, romance. But she was speaking in general, okay? And when it comes from her, she is in tap. She's connected to the collective. So again, another sign that there are good things to come. Okay, so I won't be picking clarifying cards anymore for now. Okay, but the message is that there is a new beginning that is coming, wherein he will be able to give more of himself. And he's telling his beloved to hold on to the truth that she knows, that they belong together. And they will be together to hopefully, especially when confronted with people, experiences that confuse her, that foment doubt, to get rid of it. Because this is coming in fast. Okay? And like I said, it's because we're still transitioning at this point. That when I say fast, maybe perhaps for some of you it's going to happen next week, first week of the year, whatever. Remember, there's no, when you say fast, that is in contrast to the universe wherein time does not exist. Okay? So, but it's coming in, and it's coming in suddenly. And that's your reassurance that he's giving his beloved right now. And okay, so that's what I have for you. And this card appeared also because this is also in connection with the offering that I have up on the site right now. Because we've just come from the holidays where there's still another one. And a lot of twins who are still in separation have been either faced with challenging circumstances, stress of the holidays, emotional difficulties of, especially when everyone's spouting off love and being together, being with the family, and feeling the disconnect in general. Well, I have the Unicorn Holiday Healing that you should check out on my website right now. And this is a meditation and a light language audio to help heal holiday stress, feelings of abandonment and disconnect, and in preparation for the new year. Because, when you're, let's say you have a cup now, and your cup is full of all those feelings, okay? It has to be cleared. And I worked with the unicorns on this. And even I, after my trip, okay, even me, after my trip, it was because I was sort of very disappointed with, humanity, the humans that were assigned in my sphere of, my social sphere, that have not quite really acknowledged the light in them yet. That is a euphemism, okay? This really helped me, and I'm thankful to the unicorns. I made sure to get attuned to them prior to doing this session. And for those who feel that they need this, it's up on the site, okay? Well, that's what I have for you this week, and I hope this helped. Okay, bye!